John sees people for who they can be.
Okay, John, one word to describe him. Happy.
Anointed.
Sweet. Fun.
Smart.
Determined. Dedicated.
Marine scientist. Frisbee.
Bud is a friend. That's as simple as it can be. He's the best friend you could have.
He's a warrior. He's a godly warrior.
Dependable. Honorable. Artistic.
Meerkat.
Goth.
Energetic. A sweetheart.
Very, 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 very intense. You're calculating or calculative.
Comforting. You're always a comfort. Ambitious.
Perfect. Crazy.
Original.
Yeah, I think about the word free. Spirit.
Creative.
Artistic. My biggest fan.
Guts.
I just went by his grave, too. No. Pal. He was my pal. Caring.
Smooth.
Harry? Oh, man, a charmer.
Santino, come here. What's the matter with you? I think your brain is going soft from all that comedy you're playing with that young girl. Never tell anybody outside the family what you're thinking again. Go on.
You think I'm skimming off the top, Mike?
You're unlucky.
You goddamn guineas really make me laugh. I do you a favor and take Freddie in when you're having a bad time, and then you try to push me out.
Wait a minute. You took Freddie in because the Corleone family bankrolled your casino because the Molinari family on the coast guaranteed his safety. Now, we're talking business. Let's talk business.
Yeah, let's talk business, Mike. First of all, you're all done. The Coyote family don't even have that kind of muscle anymore. The Godfather is sick, right? You're getting chased out of New York by Barzini and the other families. What do you think is going on here? You think you can come to my hotel and take over? I talked to Barzini. I can make a deal with him and still keep my hotel.
Is that why you slapped my brother around in public?
Oh, no, that was nothing, Mike. Now, Mo didn't mean nothing by that. Sure, he flies off the handle once in a while, but Mo and me were good friends, right, Mo, huh?
I got a business to run. I gotta kick asses sometimes to make it run right. We had a little argument, Freddie and I, so I had to straighten him out.
You straightened my brother out.
He was banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time. Players couldn't get a drink at the table. What's wrong with you?
I leave for New York tomorrow. Think about a price.
Do you know who I am? I'm Mo Green. I made my bones when you were going out with cheerleaders.
Wait a minute, Mo. Mo, I get an idea. Tom, you're the consigliere. Now, you can talk to the Don, you can explain...
Just a minute. Don is semi-retired, and Mike is in charge of the family business now. If you have anything to say, say it to Michael.
Mike, you don't come to Las Vegas and talk to a man like Mo Green like that!
Fredo, you're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
Okay, I think what my most favorite thing about our family is that they're always there if you call, and you know you can always. There's so many of us that there's somebody there that you can talk to. I remember being in our mother's bed watching movies, and it was really like one of the only times that we got to bond and stuff. But we'd crawl into bed and watch The Twilight Zone or The Outer Limits, all of us kids, and snuggle around her. And I thought that was always kind of fun.
I remember that I showed my brothers and sisters how to sneak into POP.
Yes. And
I was the one who was able to.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? I just talked to somebody about that yesterday because we were talking about amusement parks, and that is a memory I have of sneaking. I was describing going on under the catwalk. Now, when we climbed up the fence, were we actually like backs to the water at that point, or was there some?
Yeah, you had the big catwalk and the little catwalk, and one of the catwalks, I forgot which, it did involve this move where we had to go from the walking across the boards under the pier over the side, and that did involve climbing a fence. Well, you could have fallen down into the water. Yes.
Well done teaching us that, sir.
Well, yeah, I had to school you.
Yeah. And you did a good job.
Yeah, I didn't mean for you to take over the gang. The man comes over and pretty soon he's Elvis Presley with my alley cat buddies. And I'm like third, fourth on the totem pole, just above Mary and Gregory. Like he establishes the pecking order. He's the gang, and then there's Russell, then there's Richard. Sometimes it was Richard. And then there was me, and then there's Mary, and then there's Gregory, or sometimes Gregory over Mary.
That is hilarious.
I like that we're a good balance between New York obnoxious and California hippie. When we were with Dad, go draw something with Dad. That was awesome.
Everybody has a pretty good sense of humor. I remember when we were kids, like really young, me and John, when we were young, and you guys were really good to us. Playing together in Venice and having fun, you guys would tell us stories and take us around.
Just the way you're always there when, like once you kept me alive for months with insurance. The fact that everybody kind of sticks together and helps each other out and loves one another. Yeah. I think in one way or another, they all follow not only the Ten Commandments, but exactly what Jesus said to do. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And that's my song. My song now is The Good Guys. I started by thinking about my dad, and when I think about my sons, I just think we're good for each other. We're all good to each other. Oh my goodness, I have the best family memory is always of having these my children. It's like when I say my prayers at night, the first thing I say is thank you for life, and I say thank you for the privilege of having given birth to these wonderful children. I'm so happy being a mom. I guess my favorite. Oh man, when we'd all hang around the pool and just have fun at the house. Remember, that time was fun.
In our family, everyone is real. No phonies allowed. Each one of us is a unique individual, and each one of us has his own character and spirit, and I think that's pretty unique. I think Sean and my wedding was probably the best memory that I have of the Newmans in the modern era. I think it was the time when Dad was coming into his own. He was revitalized. He took everyone out as part of a gesture of, and I think it made a big difference in bringing together the West Coast, East Coast, and Central Coast.
would like to change the thing which has overtaken all of our culture is that people are so caught up in the super information highway, communicate at the speed of light. Sometimes we don't do like we're doing right now and connect at a very real level, and you know, we can't always communicate. And things have sped up too much. So if we slow down and people, you know, we all can make sure we communicate with each other, not be distracted.
Yes.
So that we forget family, that would be really wonderful. So to really be getting along with each other to the extent that we're capable of, we have to realize this is leadership for a family to. There's certain sort of like giving in that like Dad used to say, give in, and then it's like you give in and you pray for others because we think we're right and they're wrong, and we just pray that God would forgive us all and change in us to help us to grow and become a leader, do what's right anyway, and then because we prayed for the other party that God forgive them and we're humble, then that invites others to step up to the plate and not be selfish.
I wish my dad wasn't dead. I think you just have to forgive. You have to forgive and remember that I've been doing this and everything's temporary. Well, if you're angry or you're upset or something, it's an emotion that'll pass and it's temporary. So just remember that, you know. How about forgiving people and learning to be tolerant and then realizing that everything is kind of temporary. It will pass. No matter how bad it is, it'll pass, or, you know, something better will come along.
I think the learning how to not take offense is a big one. I think our family does that well. We take offense well. We establish positions which tend to lend, and I'm guilty of this, lend themselves to argumentative versus creative and, you know, like, it'd be great if we learned this trip, which was, that's an interesting position. I'd consider that.
Yes.
I wish we could have more dialogue about, you know, where our heart is with the Lord, things like that, and be disciplined enough to continue the conversation versus on tangents or discount it. But I would love to see that more the spiritual aspect of it.
The thing that I would change is people could be closer so we could have a better contact and know more about each other. The secret to getting along with others is to let other people talk and listen to what they have to say.
I think we all have a lot of love and affection and respect, and I think the ultimate way of demonstrating that is to be kind and not speak ill of anyone else. You can think bad thoughts, but just don't express them, and definitely not around me. Dad taught me something a long time ago, and it's probably the best thing he ever said. The biggest thing you need to do is forgive. It's very hard. I'm not the greatest at it all the time. I hold a grudge. But if we can forgive and forget, I think that's the key to getting along.
Oh, that we got to see each other more often.
What is the secret to everybody getting along?
I'm still trying to learn that one, honey. I'm trying to learn not to take offense and to occasionally stop being a big chick from Brooklyn and be a little more patient with myself and with others.
The example of how an extended family was able to reflect upon tumultuous times of the previous generation and then re-embrace the values that made a nation great. And
everyone is progressing along a life path that seems to be headed in good directions with nice stops along the way. I think you're all doing a good job. Good job, kids.
I think just to really caring attitude, maybe, you know, like Dad taught us to care for people and Mom too. So maybe caring for others.
I actually think our legacy will be in our children and the people that we have supported as people who might need our help. I think we've set good foundation for the future, and it will reflect in awareness and enlightenment through our children and through those who we've loved and supported.
I think we are still in the process of developing our legacy because of some of the uncertainties that are still out there. I think the way that we handle the situation with Mother is a good step towards developing a really good legacy of caring and understanding and sacrifice. You know, Bud is an angel and he's so helpful. His role in falling in life has been serving Dad when he was sick, Mother.
Yeah.
And he's never sold out. He's just a hardworking man, always been on fire for the Lord. You know, he has got a place in heaven, and it is awesome. So he's a patriarch, too. He has a good balance about being able to talk to people.
Yeah.
And still say, hey, all right, let's go put the ball around, or let's just joke around, you know, whatever. We disagree, let's laugh about it.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
You've established a benchmark for, you know, family and responsibility and awesome job and just being a good role model in the family. Good family man.
Thank you.
Right, good on outside and you know, hardworking and consistent fun and thinks he can play basketball. Mary has been awesome too. She's been, you know, doing her own thing, coming into her own, and you know, God has been merciful, man. Years of things could have went differently for a lot of different people, and you know, I think about the fact that we get together, Lord willing, we get together here next week. It's going to be a total blessing to me. Come a long way. You know, I love that.
Be strong, be forgiving, be loving.
The message of Christmas peace is the peace that was rendered through the Messiah's incarnation and life, the sacrificial death on the cross, and resurrection in preparation for his return.
The person you're with at the moment, because you never know what's going to happen.
Good health for everyone. I hope everyone is able to love someone they care about, to find spiritual peace, and to be kind to one another.
You hurt others as you would have others you want to you. And Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Oh, God bless you and have fun.